श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं नमयों विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभतीर्थगोस्वामिनामिने कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं खलु शायुतशक्तसुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं प्रणमामि च माधवदेवपदं वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 8th chapter. We are going through the prayers of Kunti Devi. Kunti Devi is the paternal aunt of Sri Krishna. She is the sister of Vasudeva, therefore she is the paternal aunt of Sri Krishna. By age she is senior, but yet she is offering these prayers which are in the mood of reverence to Sri Krishna. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in one of his previous purports to some of the previous verses, he says that the Pandavas have been rescued repeatedly by Supreme Lord. They were put into several dangers on several occasions. Each of these occasions, the Lord was present to rescue them. As a mother, she has a lot of affection towards the Pandavas, and when Krishna has repeatedly rescued them from such dangers, not only them, but also their wife, that is Draupadi, she was also rescued from the clutches of the Kauravas, and Kunti Devi herself was, rescued several times. So seeing all these things, her mood of reverence or the awe and her respectful mood towards Krishna has taken over her mood as a son. He's almost like her son, but that mood has been overpowered by the reverential mood, because she has repeatedly seen her children protected by him, and therefore she is offering prayers to the Lord in this manner. She tells also in between how the devotees are very, very fortunate. Vasudeva is very fortunate for getting you as his son, and how Devaki Devi is even more fortunate because she got that motherly affection also. And then he says more superior is the love of Nanda Maharaj, because there the loving exchange is even more intimate and more, powerful is the love of Mother Yashoda. And then she says that I am deprived of all of these things. Therefore, I can only pray for your lotus feet. I can only understand that they are very, very fortunate. In this manner, repeatedly, at several occasions, she had expressed her humble respects to the Lord. And then she says the purport of her all the prayers is that Sri Krishna should not leave her alone or leave the Pandavas alone and then go to Dwaraka, because Sri Krishna had set everything all right. They have won the war, the Kurukshetra war, and now they have got their kingdom. Ashwathama has been humiliated, therefore is not going to come and attack the Pandavas or the Parikshit who was protected. There is nothing else that Ashwathama could really do. Therefore, they are in a very safe situation. So Sri Krishna thought that I have settled the situation all right here. Let me leave for Dwaraka. So Kunti Devi is at that time saying that don't think that all our problems are solved. In the first place, she says that may those problems and troubles, dangers come to me repeatedly. Because whenever there was problem, we saw you, we got your darshan. Whenever we got your darshan, it means that we don't have to see this material world any longer. Seeing you means what? No longer we have to see this material world. Therefore, whenever there are dangers, we could see you. Therefore, I invite all those dangers so that we will get an opportunity to see you always. And now, we are almost coming to the end of her prayers, where she is telling, yesterday we heard that, my dear Lord, if you think that we have no more dangers, we are very, very safe, that is not correct. Because after the Kurukshetra war, there are so many children of the kings, they are living. Means the kings we killed in the Kurukshetra war, their children are living. Therefore, we have actually become enemies of many, many kingdoms. So, we are not safe now. The Pandavas, you may be thinking that they are safe, they are not safe now. We are still in danger. And we have accepted you only as our protector, our well-wisher, caretaker and everything. Therefore, when we are so much dependent upon you, you still want to leave us here and leave for Dwaraka, go to Dwaraka. Please don't do that. In this manner, Kunti Devi is offering her prayers, and then she is telling that if you tell that Bhima is there, Arjuna is there, Yudhishthira, the personification of dharma, religiosity, himself there, so what will happen to you? Nothing, no force in this material world can face you, don't worry. Then Kunti Devi is telling that no. Just like the sense organs, they are activated only when there is Atma in it. When Atma is gone, the sense organs have nothing to do. They cannot do anything by themselves. They are propelled only by the Atma. In a similar manner, all my Pandavas are there, the 5 Pandavas are there, but their power is, they have no power if you are not present. We will be just like a body from which Atma has disappeared. All the sense organs may be how much powerful they may be, but their power is of no use if there is no Atma, living principle inside it. Therefore, you please don't leave us. In this manner, Kunti Devi is offering her prayers. Now we will continue from verse number 39. Neyam shobhishyate tatra yatedani gadadhara tvat padairankita bhati swalakshana vilakshitaihi. हे कृष्ण, एक क्षणे जे प्रकार आमादेर এই পাল্যভূমি असाधारण ध्वज वज्रांकुशादि চিহ্নযুক্ত তোমার পাদযুগলের দ্বারা চিহ্নিত হইয়া শোভা পাইতেছে, তুমি চলিয়া গেলে আর তদ্রূপ শোভা পাইবেন না। Further, she is telling that now the kingdom which the Pandavas are ruling, that is decorated with your lotus feet, on which there are imprints of the flag, the Vajra, the trident, not trident, thunderbolt, etc. So all your lotus feet are decorated with this, and such lotus feet are decorating this land. Now, when you leave this place, that we will be deprived of such a beauty in our land. Means, Kunti Devi is telling that whatever prosperity that we are seeing here, whatever beauty we are seeing here, whatever potency the Pandavas have got, all of these things become useless without the presence of your lotus feet. The great Mahabhagavatas, great personalities, in their presence, even a desert is converted into a very thick forest, and it is blissful even then. I mean, even though the surroundings are very, very challenging, in the presence of such extraordinary personalities, it will be very, very easy living there. But even the best of the facilities are available, but the dearmost object or the great personalities are not present, then that place is not going to give us any happiness. The objects in front of us are not going to give any happiness. This is the beauty of the presence of great personalities. When most revered Srila Guru Maharaj was in the hospital itself, in 2013, he was present in the hospital. Ordinarily, nobody would want to go to a hospital. Nobody would want to stay there for a long time. Somebody would just want to go there just for the sake of formality. He would visit and then he or she would want to come back. Nobody would want to stay at the hospital, or nobody would want to visit that also so often. But when most revered Srila Gurudev was hospitalized, for 1 month he was there in the hospital, nobody wanted to leave the hospital. Nobody wanted to stay away from the hospital. It is not that the hospital has become, a indwelling place or a nice, comfortable location, but it is because of the presence of such great personalities that even the hospital has become a place where, one could get happiness. Because the constant kirtans, his darshan, the news about him, and all these things were, constantly being heard and seen. Therefore, simply the presence of such personalities changes the complete environment of any particular location, of any location, whatever it may be. On the other hand, by their disappearance, when they disappear, the same land which used to give us satisfaction or pleasure, that very land becomes a cause of our trouble also. Our Raghunath Das Goswami, he prays that the Govardhan, which otherwise is a place of giving pleasure to all the devotees, Govardhana means not different from Supreme Lord, and those who take darshan of Govardhan, they will be extremely, pleased. But he is telling that it appears as if Govardhan is coming as a tigress to devour me in your absence, my dear Lord. Because Raghunath Das Goswami has got such a deep attachment towards Mahaprabhu and more towards Sarup Damodar Goswami. Because Mahaprabhu had given Sarup Damodar Goswami the responsibility of Raghunath Das. And Raghunath Das Goswami was told by Mahaprabhu that from today onwards, you will be under the care of Sarup Damodar. He will take care of you, of your all needs and everything. Whatever you have, you tell him. And Sarup Damodar Goswami also, upon receiving the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he had, taken care of Raghunath Das Goswami with such love and affection that after the disappearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he did not feel as much separation, as he felt when Swarup Damodar Goswami left the world. Swarup Damodar Goswami, a few months after Mahaprabhu left the planet, he also left. That it was at that time, because even though Mahaprabhu has left this planet, Swarup Damodar Goswami used to speak about Mahaprabhu and thus make him feel the presence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But when Swarup Damodar Goswami also disappeared, Raghunath Das Goswami could no longer sustain his life. He wanted to, kill himself by jumping from the top of a hill. Then somehow he was stopped by the Goswamis, Rupa and Sanatana, and in his Virahatmaka prayers, the prayers of separation, he says that in the absence of my Lord, this tigress like Govardhana is coming to devour me. He is not seeing any of these objects of our veneration, of our pleasure, any of them to be an object of pleasure any longer. This is the principle of separation. Those who have got love and affection to the such great personalities, they will feel their void after their disappearance. So here Kunti Devi is also telling that this land which we are ruling is decorated with the imprints of your lotus feet. Now when you go away from this place, where will the decoration be? This will be deserted. It will no longer be a place of pleasure for us. यदि तुमी एखान होइते चलिया जाओ, ताहा हইলে তোমার असाधारण ध्वज वज्रादि चिह्न विशिष्ट पाद जुगलेर द्वारा अलंकृत এই ভূমি আর শোভা পাইবে না. My dear Lord, if you leave this place and go away, then this place will be barren from your decorations, the decorations of your lotus feet. This place will be barren from that beauty. Therefore, please don't leave. I think in 2005 or 6, when I was in New Delhi to take darshan of Guru Maharaj, so I was not aware of his program. Therefore, I think I booked a ticket in such a manner that in between Guru Maharaj had to leave for Chandigarh or some other place. So I stayed with him for 3 or 4 days, and the next day Guru Maharaj was to leave New Delhi. And after Guru Maharaj left, I could really feel that I was actually living in some other place the previous 3-4 days. I was living in the same place, New Delhi Mutt, the same deity, the same place, the same room, everything the same. But the moment Guru Maharaj left New Delhi for some other place, I literally felt, it is still there in my heart, means how much deep I would have felt, because certain things, not everything we remember very few things. So one of those few things that I still remember is, immediately after Guru Maharaj left, I was still staying in the same room, in the same mutt, but it was totally different. Attending Aarti, I was, doing all the things, but nothing was as good as it was a day before. What is the difference? The difference is not just the location or mindset or anything, it is just the presence of such great personalities. By the presence of personalities like him, they completely surcharge the environment. Now, if you want to simulate a situation that has happened when Guru Maharaj left the planet, the last 7 days, the kirtan that went on, for the last 7 days before Guru Maharaj departed from this material world, if we want to simulate that situation now, will it be successful? I don't think it will be. For 7 days and 7 nights, there was continuous kirtan, enthusiastic, ecstatic, without having to tell to anybody that please participate in the kirtans. Please come. Now we have to tell that, please come for Harikatha, please come sit in the kirtan, please attend Aarti. If you don't attend Aarti, then you will be transferred from this mutt to another mutt. Now the rules are coming in the mutt slowly. If you don't attend Mangalarti, then you will be transferred from this mutt to another mutt. So they are noting who is attending Mangalarti. I'm a defaulter, so I may be shifted very soon. But I'm assured that till this is not done, I will not be shifted. Therefore, I can abscond from attending Mangalarti. Anyway, so we have to be told that attend Mangalarti, attend, sit in the Kirtan, sit in the, Harikatha, all these things we have to be forced. But when Guru Maharaj was exhibiting the silliness pastimes and he was about to leave this planet, at that time 7 days and 7 nights there was continuous Kirtan. Nobody was told that you please come and sit, please come and participate. Nobody told. But yet all of them were participating immaterial of whatever time it was, whether it was in the middle of the night, early morning, or in the afternoon, hot summer. None of these things really mattered. They all participated with great enthusiasm and jubilation, because the presence of such personalities makes everything different. If we want to do the same thing now, it is impossible. We need to motivate people. We need to tell them. We need to bribe them. We need to request them. We need to do so many things. But then, people were to be requested to take rest. Please go take rest. Please go eat. Please don't make so much noise in the night. They were to be requested the other way, because the motivation was completely different. So here Kunti Devi is telling that simply your presence is giving beauty to this land. The moment you leave, everything will become white. Therefore, do you want to do that? Ime janapadaha sriddhaha supakvosha dhirirudaha vanadrinadyudanvanto हेदंते तव वीक्षिताः। विशेषतः तोमार दर्शन प्रभावे एई देश सकल उत्तम फलवान, एई औषधि ओ लता सकल एवं एई वन गिर नदी सागर समूह सुसमृद्ध होइया वृद्धि प्राप्त होइते छे। In the presence of these great personalities, everything flourishes. But the moment they are gone, then everything becomes the other way. When, in the same first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned that when Arjuna is returning back, he is seeing that the entire atmosphere has changed. Means the clouds are getting darker, the rivers that are flowing, they are not flowing in an ordinary way. There are torrents of rains and the wind is very strong. All bad omens he was seeing. And then he asks Vidur, what is this? Why I am seeing this bad omens? What is happening? Then he mentions, now the time for the disappearance of the Supreme Lord has come. It is the time for the disappearance of the Supreme Lord. When the Lord has appeared, at the time of his appearance, particularly when we see Mahaprabhus, we see that everyone is chanting Krishna's name with jubilation. And at the time of appearance of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, all the stars in the constellation, they are nicely getting aligned and everything is beautified. Means and when they are present or when they are arriving, the nature will also be happy that will become automatically exhibit. Just like we humans, we have also expressions. When we are, extremely jubilant, then automatically nobody has to, ask. By seeing the face, by reading our activities, they will be able to understand that we are happy for something. In a similar manner, the devatas, the nature, they also become very happy at the appearance of and the presence of such pure souls, the pure devotees or the Supreme Lord. And when they disappear, then they all exhibit such, dullness or moroseness by various, signs or omens. So here, Kunti Devi is telling that particularly by getting your darshan, by receiving your darshan in this country, nice flowers, the trees are bearing nice fruits and flowers. All the creepers, they are giving nice, medicines, the medicinal creepers, they are giving nice medicines. And the forest is flourishing. The rivers are flowing so jubilantly. And the Sagara, means the ocean, is also very, very blissful. Particularly, all these signs are there because of your presence. The country is flourishing with all this beauty because of your presence. But if you leave, it will be like a barren place. All these things will be finished. Because in this verse, Kunti Devi is telling not only that we or I am happy because I have some relation with you. It is not that on that ground. But you see, even all these inanimate creatures, they are also very, very happy. So they will also become morose because the Lord is, Bhakta Vatsala, and He is also, Karuna Chitta, means He has a merciful heart. When He sees that all the living entities are extremely happy by seeing Him, then at least by that He will, change His decision to go to Dwaraka. So that is why she is telling not only that we are happy, you see, all these creatures, they are also very, very happy in your presence. Atha Vishvesha Vishwatman Vishwamurte Swakeshu me Sneha Pasham imam Chindi Dridang Pandushu Vrishnishu. Ekhane Tumi prasthan ba avasthan jahai korona keno. He Jagadish, he Sarvantaryamin, he Vishwarupo, Atmiya Pandavagan, Evam Jadavaganir Prati Amar ei Gabhira Sneha Bandhan Chedan Kariya Deo. Now, she is now telling that you want to stay here or you want to leave for Dwaraka is now totally up to you. She is telling that whether you stay here or you leave for Dwaraka, whatever you may want to do, He Jagadish, He Sarvantaryami, all pervading Lord, He Vishwarupo, O universal form, this is my only prayer to you. Whether you stay here or whether you have decided to leave, because Krishna is completely independent. Therefore, our duty is to offer prayers to Him and request for His company. But because He is, fully independent, He may choose to do whatever He wants to do. Therefore, she is telling that whatever you want to do, you may do. But this is my only prayer to you. What is that? Atmiya Pandavagan Evam Yadavaganir Prati Amar e Gabhira Sneha Bandhan Chedan Kariya Dao. May my attachment to the relatives, Pandavas, and to the Yadavas, may that attachment be finished. This is my only prayer. You may stay here or you may decide to leave, but my prayer is that may my attachment to the Pandavas, my own children, and Yadavas, they are also mine. Therefore, may my attachment to any of these things be finished. This is my only prayer to you. Because our only trouble in this material world is due to attachment. If there is no attachment, there is no trouble. If the sadhus, they are free from all attachments. They are there everywhere, they are for everyone. They perform the welfare activity for all the living beings, but they have no attachment. They know that everything happens by the will of Supreme Lord. I cannot stop anything by my own desire. They are fully established in this, therefore, they have no attachment to any living entity. Even though they try to bring welfare of every living entity. So, they are not unhappy. But we become very unhappy, we become distressed upon the separation of our near and dear ones. But if someone else whom we are not related to, he is gone, then we don't have as much distress, or we don't have any distress at all. Why? Because we have no attachment. Therefore, the distress is not to a person's leaving or staying, the distress is due to our attachment. If we realize that this person is not mine, and how much ever I endeavor, I cannot stop him or her from leaving me, then there is no trouble. But the moment I have attachment, I have a problem. So, attachment is the cause of pain. So, that is why she is telling that may my attachment to the Pandavas and to the Yadavas be finished. This is my only prayer to you. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, এখান হইতে তোমার গমনে পাণ্ডবদের অকুশল এবং গমন না করিলে যাদবগণের এই উভয় দিকে ব্যাকুল চিত্তা হইয়া কুন্তি দেবী তাহাদের প্রতি নিজের স্নেহের নিবৃত্তি প্রার্থনা করিতেছেন অথ ইত্যাদি শ্লোকে. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is very nicely harmonizing. So far she told that please don't go. Now she is telling may you want to go or you may not want to go. Whatever you desire you do. What is this? Her invitation is incomplete. Either invite please stay, please don't go, or she is telling now I have done my job, now it's up to you. Like I have given you my marriage invitation, please come. You leave it there, it is fine. If you say that now you want to come or you don't want to come, is up to you. I have done my job. So if you do that, it's like it's an indication that okay, she has finished something or he has finished something. Now like that invitation is like incomplete. So far she told please stay, please don't go, please stay, otherwise we will be in trouble, this land will be in trouble. Now in this verse she is telling that you may choose to leave or you may choose to stay, but I only want to free me from my attachment. What does that mean? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says Kunti Devi, she is anxious now, thinking that you see I have attachment to the Pandavas. Now if I pray for Krishna to stay here, maybe the Yadavas are in danger. I want Krishna to stay here, but they might be in danger. But on the other hand, if Krishna goes there, the Pandavas will be in danger. Therefore, whose side should I take? Whether of the Yadavas or of the Pandavas? My children or of the Yadavas? So she became little anxious that I shall leave this to Krishna only, because he knows what is best for all the living entities. I may think that if he stays here that is good, but he knows what is the best. That is why Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, she became anxious for both welfare of both Pandavas as well as for the Yadavas. And therefore she says that whatever you want, whether you want to stay or whether you want to leave, you have the choice, but please free me from the attachment, because the problem is because of attachment. If that is not there, then no problem. যে তুমি সমস্ত বিশ্বের ঈশ এবং আত্মা হইয়াও নিজ অনুবর্তী বৃষ্ণি ও পাণ্ডবগণের কল্যাণের নিমিত্ত তুমিই কৃপা সিন্ধু রূপ. You see, although you are the protector and the caretaker of all the living entities in this material world, because everyone is coming from you, yet you have very special mercy upon the Pandavas and the Vrishnis or the Yadavas, because they are extremely dependent upon your mercy. The Lord is equal to all, but those who have taken his shelter completely or who are completely dependent upon his mercy, towards them the Lord is more merciful. It's natural. Like mother is equal to all children, but that child who is very extremely dependent upon the mother has a special affection towards that child. Not that she does not love the other children, she has equal love for all, but that affection will be seen in a greater proportion to that child who is more dependent on her. In a similar manner, Kunti Devi, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is telling that you are equal to all the living entities. You are not partial, you are impartial. But yet, those who have considered you as their own, or those who have dovetailed themselves completely to your lotus feet, the Pandavas and the Yadavas, towards them you always want to bring their welfare. Tumi sarvadai tahader kalyan sadhane avahit rohiyacho, আর আমি তাহাদের কুশল চিন্তায় বৃথাই মরিতেছি এই ভাব. So she is telling that you are always thinking about their well-being. And now here I am unnecessarily thinking about how Pandavas will be protected if you go out of this place, or how the Yadavas will be protected if you stay here. I am unnecessarily worrying about all these things because they are extremely dependent upon you. You are always performing activities for their welfare without having to ask for it. Like people like us, we unnecessarily worry about things. Oh, if it happens like this, what will happen? If it happens like this, what will happen? You are always in worry, anxiety, tension. But now when one knows that whatever the Supreme Lord does is for the welfare of all the living entities, then there is no anxiety. Then there is no tension at all, because the Lord can never do any harm to any living entity. This is for sure. He does not, like a mother does not harm a child. It may appear that the mother is beating a child or chastising a child out of 3 or 4 or 5 children. But she does not want to bring infame or she does not want to bring any kind of harm to the child whom she is beating or whom she is chastising, isn't it? Her chastisement, her punishment of that child is to bring welfare only. Therefore, if we are reliant or dependent upon the love or the mercy of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, then we see everything in a proper perspective. We don't have to unnecessarily worry about, oh, what will happen to this, oh, what will happen to this. Some people unnecessarily worry. If even me, I am not saying I am an exclusion to this, that we worry something like, oh, if I don't get married, who will help me when I grow old? If I get married, oh, then if both of us get older, then if we don't have children, who will protect us? In this manner, we uselessly worry about all these things. But if Supreme Lord is the protector or is going to protect, nobody can stop us. Nobody can stop them. Nobody can rescue a person whom Krishna wants to kill, and nobody can kill a person whom Krishna wants to rescue. Mare Krishna rakhe Krishna mare ke. If the Lord wants to rescue, who has the power in this world to kill such a person or bring any harm to that person? And if the Lord himself wants to kill a person, like the Kauravas, who on this earth can protect them? Nobody. Therefore, the moral of the story is that one has to rely completely upon the mercy of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, thinking or understanding that he is the benefactor of each and every single living entity. He does not harm any living entity. Whatever he does is for the welfare of all. So Kunti Devi is telling here that Tumi sarvadai tahader kalyan sadhane avahit rohiyachi. You are always busy in trying to bring welfare upon the Yadavas and the Pandavas both. Therefore, why should I unnecessarily worry about their well-being? Because you are already taking care of them. When you are taking care of them, nobody else have to worry about their well-being. So that is what she is telling. Therefore, whatever you may want to do, choose to leave or stay, is totally up to you. We will stop here. There are 2 more verses which we will complete day after tomorrow. Tomorrow we will read about Advaita Acharya's appearance tomorrow, and then day after tomorrow we will complete this particular prayers. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गांधर्विका गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय। परमाराधितम पतित पावन स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद प्रणस स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्तिदयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय सर्व विघ्न विनाशनकारी भक्तवत्सल भगवान श्री सिंह देव की जय। भक्त प्रवर श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय सपरिकर श्री राधा मदन मोहन श्री राधा गोविंद श्री राधा गोपीनाथ जू की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय। श्री कृष्ण द्वैपायन वेदव्यास महामुनि की जय। श्रीमती कुंती देवी की जय। श्री कुंती स्तव की जय। श्रीमद् भागवत श्रवणकारी भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।